Welcome! The Office of the Chief Data Officer and the Texas Department of Information Resources are proud to offer this course on data governance roles and responsibilities. In this course, we will talk about some recommended levels of authority in data governance, some key roles and responsibilities involved in data governance, and some best practices to encourage collaboration and coordination. Data governance is the exercise of authority and control over the management of data assets, and it is the foundation of an effective data management program. A data governance program focuses on setting policies and procedures around how decisions about data are made, what people are expected to do with the data, and the goals that data management processes should accomplish for the purpose of informing and driving business strategy. The operationalization of data governance encompasses people, processes, and technology. In this course, we will focus on the people aspect. Data governance and the data management activities that fall under it is a collaborative, cooperative endeavor, and there are many roles within an organization responsible for governing and managing data throughout its life cycle. A successful data governance program depends on a common understanding of the different levels of data governance roles and responsibilities, identifying people within the organization who can be found at each level, and determining strategies to encourage collaboration and coordination both within and between levels of data governance authority. Texas state agencies and institutions of higher education are not all structured the same, and your organization may not have some of the roles described in this course. In some organizations, a single staff member may be responsible for multiple functions, or the roles may be in development, or not formally exist at all. There may also be other roles in the organization that play a part in data governance and data management that are not covered here in this course. Data governance is not one size fits all, and this course is intended to provide some general information on different data governance roles that may be found in your organization. All data producers and data consumers, regardless of their position within the organization, have a responsibility to understand how their role plays a part in governing and managing the organization's data, as well as the role others play, so data can be used effectively to support the organization's mission and goals. While not all Texas governmental entities are structured the same, data governance roles and responsibilities can generally be divided into 5 different levels: executive, strategic, tactical, operational, and supportive. The first 4 levels reflect levels of authority that typically already exist on the business side of the organization. The 5th level, supportive, represents other areas within the organization that serve to support business functions, such as data privacy or legal, information technology, data management, information security, and records management departments. As we discuss different roles and responsibilities, can you identify staff with responsibilities at each of the levels? Where are you in the organization, and how is your role related to data governance? The executive role represents the senior-most level within the organization with knowledge of the agency business or program areas. Individuals in this role are generally the senior and executive leaders who are accountable to stakeholders for oversight of the organization and are therefore responsible for having the appropriate knowledge to make executive-level decisions. They rely on accurate data and information to help them make those decisions. Individuals in an executive role are responsible for staying informed of data governance activities, data management practices, and analytic activities within the organization, so they can understand, support, and sponsor data governance activities. Individuals in this role generally do not participate in day-to-day or monthly data governance activities. Instead, data governance matters might be an agenda item at regular executive steering or advisory committee meetings that already occur. Individuals at the executive level are also responsible for identifying who within the organization is responsible for data governance at the strategic level. The strategic role represents individuals across the organization involved with defining the mission and goals of the organization, and ensuring programs, policies, and procedures are in place to further those mission and goals. These are the people accountable for the programs and for creating or providing value, and they need timely, accurate data and information to help them do that. These are the people who may be members of a data governance council or other strategic body that makes decisions about how data is managed and used within the organization. You can learn more about this strategic body in the Texas Data Literacy Program course, Data Governance and the Data Lifecycle. Staff in a strategic role are typically responsible for the individuals or areas who originally create or acquire the raw data, and they retain the rights to approve the sharing and use of that data with both internal and external customers. Because data is vital in making accurate and timely decisions to drive the business mission and goals, staff in the strategic role must be vested in maintaining appropriate access to well-managed, high-quality data, in ensuring the organization is following relevant regulatory laws and requirements, and in determining how the data should be used for strategic advantage. Strategic-level staff are responsible for becoming educated in what data governance means and how it benefits the organization. These are the staff who approve initiatives like data strategies and policies, and data management priorities, methods, and tools. They may also sponsor or champion key data projects or initiatives. Additionally, staff in a strategic role are responsible for identifying pivotal tactical roles within their respective areas, such as cross-business domain experts and subject matter experts, and for promoting data governance and data management best practices. The tactical role represents staff who may be responsible for leading a single business unit, and they rely on data to make sure the program is running smoothly. Sometimes these staff have a cross-business function or an enterprise-wide perspective, and they may have a vision for how data can be used for strategic advantage by enabling interoperability and data integration across systems and platforms. Staff in a tactical role may be data domain experts or subject matter experts, and these are the people who can provide input to resolve data definition, production, and usage issues. Staff in a tactical role may report to someone at the strategic level, and they are responsible for escalating well-documented issues to that strategic level if a resolution or decision needs to be made at that higher level, and they may offer recommendations for remediation or action. Staff in a tactical role also have responsibility for ensuring the organization is following relevant regulatory laws or other requirements, and therefore may be responsible for documenting data classification rules, compliance rules, or business rules for the data under their domain, and for making certain the rules are communicated to all relevant stakeholders. These staff may also participate in tactical or working groups with other domain stewards to address specific issues related to the data under their domain. Most data users within an organization are typically found at the operational level. Staff in an operational role are the people who define, produce, or use data in their day-to-day activities. Some staff in an operational role are tasked with defining the data that will be used within the organization, how that data will be used, and how that data will be managed. Others are tasked with producing, creating, classifying, or archiving or disposing of the data at the end of the appropriate retention schedule. Still others use data for research and analysis, to create reports and dashboards, or to inform business decisions. Another designation for staff in an operational role is data steward. Data stewards are typically not hired into the specific role of data steward, but are existing staff who already have detailed knowledge and expertise about the data in their area. Data stewards are responsible for the management of the organization's or program area's data to help provide data and information users with high-quality data that is available when and where it is needed. Data stewards are often the communication line between the business or program departments and the information technology department, so it is a best practice for staff in this role to have a good understanding of both the business side and the technical side of the organization. Staff in an operational role are often in the position to identify and document legal and regulatory compliance issues, potential risks of unauthorized sharing and use of the data privacy risks, and data quality issues. Staff in an operational role are seen as subject matter experts in their domain and are often the ones who can best communicate requirements for how the data needs to be set up and made available for optimal use. Depending on the size and complexity of the organization, data stewards can be found within the business units, within IT, or both. Because most data users in the organization tend to fall into this operational category, let's go into more detail about the responsibilities of two of the most common types of data stewards: operational data stewards and technical data stewards. Operational or business data stewards are active within the business unit and can be recognized as business subject matter experts who may be accountable for a subset of data. They understand the organization's business processes and the impact of program decisions on the data and the ability to provide responsive information to the program. They are the people who may work with internal or external stakeholders to define and control the structure and flow of data and information, and understand how to leverage it to increase business value. Job titles are usually business-oriented and may include program specialist, data analyst, research specialist, contract administrator, or budget analyst, among others. Technical data stewards may be easier to identify than their business counterparts. Sometimes called data custodians, they are likely information technology professionals whose typical daily activities can be categorized within one or more of the data management knowledge areas, such as data security, data warehousing and business intelligence, data architecture, or data modeling and design. Job titles of a technical data steward may include data architect, information security analyst, data integration specialist, developer, database administrator, or systems administrator, among others. There are similarities between operational and technical data stewards, however, and common responsibilities include knowing what data the organization possesses, knowing where the data is located, ensuring that data is accessible, high quality, usable, and trusted, safeguarding the transparency and accuracy of data throughout its lifecycle, coordinating with the business or program areas and the information technology department on granting appropriate access to data, enforcing rules on how data can be used, and helping the organization use data to drive the organization's mission and goals. Because staff in an operational role are the people who define, produce, or use data in their day-to-day activities, data stewardship activities may be found at all stages of the data lifecycle, with certain specific responsibilities related to data within each stage. During the curation stage, for example, staff who maintain and manage the metadata for data assets and assist in determining best practices for working with the data have a data stewardship role and may be called metadata stewards. There are other roles within the organization, usually found outside of the business function, that serve to support data governance and data management activities. Individuals in leadership positions at the supportive level often work closely with leadership at the executive and strategic levels. While there may be others in your organization, we will describe some key supportive roles here. Texas Government Code Chapter 2054 requires state agencies and institutions of higher education with more than 150 full-time employees to designate a data management officer. Data management officers are responsible for establishing their agency's data governance program, exercising authority and management of the agency's data assets, establishing related processes and procedures, and conducting a data maturity assessment for the agency. According to the Government Code, data management officers are also required to coordinate with the organization's information security officer, records management officer, and the Texas State Library and Archives Commission to implement best practices for managing and securing data for all types of data storage media, and to increase awareness of and outreach for the organization's records management program. These requirements place the data management officer in a position to create and drive the organization's strategy for the management and use of data. Individuals in this role often facilitate data governance council meetings, Data management officers participate in the development of data governance policies and procedures, standards, and guidelines, assist in defining data quality metrics and support issue resolution, and may be involved in the development and delivery of data management educational materials. While it is a requirement for organizations with more than 150 full-time employees to designate a data management officer, it is a best practice for smaller organizations to designate someone with the responsibility to spearhead data governance activities and to promote collaboration and coordination among various roles within the organization. Information technology professionals play a supportive role in data governance, as they are involved in many aspects of data management. They provide technical infrastructure and support to ensure data is structured, modeled, and defined consistently, to support data cleansing and other data quality processes, to make data available to users, and to provide access to metadata. These staff are also involved in enabling data integration and interoperability between databases and systems, for document and content management activities, and for setting up data warehouse and business intelligence platforms for analytic use. One principle of data management is data security. The purpose of data security is to protect the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of digital data. Information security professionals are often tasked with managing IT compliance requirements, policies, practices, data classifications, and access authorization rules across the organization. Privacy officers or others in the organization's legal department are responsible for knowing and understanding all the data protection laws and regulations that are relevant to the organization, and ensuring the organization complies with those laws and regulations. These staff may also be responsible for providing ethics training, including providing guidelines on the ethical handling of data. The final stage in the data lifecycle is the archival or disposal of data once it has reached the end of its utility for the organization. Records management officers and their staff are responsible for documenting and enforcing records management and retention schedules, including data stored in various types of media. Finally, there are other roles that may play a part in an organization's data governance program. Contract management staff are responsible for organizing activities to procure external assistance in the development and implementation of data management technical infrastructure, tools, and processes. Vendor management and project management staff are responsible for understanding the business needs and priorities so they can make sure data initiatives are implemented according to business requirements. Human resources, financial services, internal audit, or other departments may also lend their expertise to support data governance activities. These are just a few examples of supportive roles that may be found in an organization. What others might exist in your organization? Effective data governance and data management requires collaboration and coordination across the organization. Communication within and between data governance levels of authority ensures that all data users understand their requirements and expectations, both overall and as they relate to specific roles and responsibilities. In this section, we will describe some ways to encourage partnerships and create alignment to advance data management within the organization. Led by the Data Management Officer, data governance programs should begin by creating a data strategy to lay out the goals of the program. A data strategy requires the coordination of all staff at the strategic level, as well as input from those in the tactical, operational, and supportive levels, and should focus on supporting the business mission and goals. As a best practice, an organization's data strategy should include a description of key roles and responsibilities, and define and operationalize collaborative relationships to enhance and advance the data governance program. Securing approvals for data management initiatives that impact the organization, like the data strategy or the development of a new data warehouse, a data quality management plan, or the implementation of artificial intelligence tools, often requires change management. Organizational change management is a structured approach for communicating the benefits of the management and use of data, engaging stakeholders in the decision-making process, addressing potential concerns, creating awareness, and clearly defining the necessary resources and processes to support initiatives. One avenue to support organizational change management is the creation of a data governance council or other strategic body. Regular meetings of a data governance council provide a forum for strategic-level staff to discuss common issues, best practices, data sharing opportunities, and cross-business data management goals. The Data Governance Council does not run the data governance program, but rather the council helps make decisions at a strategic level when necessary. While they may not be decision makers on the council, key staff at the supportive level should be included in council meetings so they can understand the data and information needs and priorities of the organization, address any potential concerns, and communicate any resources and processes required. This communication makes sure planning and implementation of data management initiatives are in line with established data governance policies and procedures, and it ensures high-quality data is captured and stored in standardized formats, protected where appropriate, and made available for sharing and use. To promote collaboration and coordination at the tactical or operational levels, the Data Governance Council may establish data stewardship working groups to tackle specific data management issues, such as data quality, metadata management, or other data issues. These working groups may focus on a specific program or enterprise-wide to identify causes of issues and develop recommendations for mitigating them. These groups can be time or project-based or ongoing depending on the need. Many of the supportive roles described earlier in this course have overlapping responsibilities when it comes to data management, and therefore collaboration and coordination are essential for a successful data governance program. While the Data Management Officer is charged with establishing the organization's data governance program, information technology professionals are responsible for several aspects of data management, such as data architecture, data modeling, and data storage and operations. Therefore, it is important the data management and information technology teams coordinate their efforts to promote alignment with business needs and with the organization's data strategy. Additionally, data management officers should partner with their information security officer to create alignment between organizational data classification and protection strategies and the organization's approach to data management. An organization's privacy officer or similar role should also be involved in this collaboration to make sure relevant privacy laws and regulations are part of the overall data management and data security programs. Data management officers should also coordinate with their records management officer to ensure the agency's records management program and retention schedule is applicable to all types of data storage media. Understanding the relationship between records, information, and data helps both data management officers and records management officers appreciate each other's roles and responsibilities and how they contribute to the organization's overall data and information management goals. While participation in Data Governance Council meetings may provide an opportunity for communication, it is a best practice for those in a supportive role to have regularly scheduled touchpoints in between council meetings. As mentioned earlier, data management officers may be involved in the development and delivery of data management educational materials. A data literacy program aimed at data producers as well as data consumers throughout the organization serves to establish a common, consistent language to improve communication and minimize misunderstanding about data management and analytics. The creation of a data literacy program often requires collaboration and coordination with subject matter experts from the organization's information technology and information security departments, the organization's privacy, ethics, or legal departments, and the business and program areas for relevant content creation. Further, human resources and training departments can lend their expertise in the creation of online learning courses and webinars, educational videos, or in-house training opportunities. An organization's data governance program is not the responsibility of one person alone. All data users, regardless of their role in the organization, play a part in data governance. A successful data governance program depends on a common understanding of the different levels of authority of data governance roles and responsibilities, identifying people within the organization who can be found at each level, and determining strategies to encourage collaboration and coordination both within and between levels. By working together, individuals throughout the organization can play a significant role in the establishment and operation of a successful data governance program. You have now completed the Texas Data Literacy Program course on data governance roles and responsibilities. During this course, we have discussed the levels of recommended authority in data governance, some key roles and responsibilities involved in data governance, and some best practices to encourage collaboration and coordination. For more information on data governance and data management principles, visit the Office of the Chief Data Officer website